Here we go, round 3, Deuteronomy, chapter 11. Therefore you shall keep the commandments that I command you this day, that you may be strong, go in and possess the land that you go to possess. And if you hearken diligently to my commandments that I command you this day, to love the Lord your God and serve him with all your heart, with all your soul, I'll give you the grain of the land, or the rain of your land, in his due season, the first rain and the latter rain, that thou mayest gather in the corn, the wine, and the oil. I love this. The first rain, that causes the seeds to sprout, and the last rain, the latter rain, that brings that final harvest in. Take heed to yourselves that your heart be not deceived, and you turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. Therefore shall you lay up these words, these my words, in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall teach your children, speaking of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, when you rise up. Write them on your doorposts. Now, hadn't we heard this before? He's saying it again. That means it's important. For if you diligently keep all these commandments I command you, to love the Lord your God, walk in all his ways, and cleave to him, then the Lord will drive out all the nations from before you, and you shall possess greater nations, mightier than yourself. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, and a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside out of the way for which I command you this day, to go after other gods that you've not known. Isn't it cool? The disciples in Jesus' time, followers of Christ, were known as followers of the way. What's the way? Following the commandments of the Lord. And Christ was our example of that. And you shall observe to do all the statutes and judgments which I set before you this day. You shall not do after all the things that we do here this day, every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes. Wow. That really applies today, doesn't it? Everybody does what's right in his own eyes. But we are not to do that. We are not to do that. What things soever I command you, observe to do it. Thou shalt not add thereto, nor diminish from it. So you can't pick and choose the commandments. Some of them. No, it's all of them. You shall walk after the Lord your God and fear him and keep his commandments, obey his voice, serve him, and cleave to him. Cleave. I love that. I need some cleavage, Lord God, to you. Because this world, it's got nothing for me to hold on to. Nothing. Nada. Not a thing. Still in Deuteronomy, now chapter 28. Moreover, all these curses will come upon you and pursue you and overtake you till you be destroyed, because you hearkened not to the voice of God, to keep his commandments and his statutes that he commanded you. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So is this just to a certain people at a certain time? If you'll not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that you may fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy God, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and goodness, and of long continuance. He's repeating this over and over. Some serious warnings here. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel, beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb. Keep therefore the words of this covenant and do them, that you may prosper in all that you do. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him that stands here with us this day before the Lord our God, and also with him that is not here with us this day. So he's making this covenant with all of Israel that's standing there that day, and with him that's not here with us this day. I'm part of Israel. I was grafted in. So does that include me? Something to think about. Chew on that until the next one.